Namaskar and welcome to India Bounce Back. I'm really thrilled with the response with which all of you, all the viewers are watching the videos and sharing their views and sentiments. Thank you so much for that. Today, this interview is really going to amaze all of you because this is a story of a man who has created some meaning, who has done some meaningful work and created a wonderful progress in his life. And he has got a lot to share, and I'm really super excited myself to understand, because I believe after reading more about him, after understanding more about him, this interview will have a message for entrepreneurs. This interview will have a message for the parents, for each and every person of the society, and most importantly to various businessmen. So if you are a business owner, entrepreneur, or MSME of India, be very focused and watch this interview till the end. I want to introduce the dignitary now. The professional introduction goes here. With a sharp business acumen belonging to a family of farmers, bureaucrats, and doctors from Madhepur, Bihar, he started his first startup, a design unit, in 1998. And since then, there has been no looking back. Till now, he has developed several products, most designed and coded by him, and invested or mentored in organization. Whether it is managing over 10 lakh text filers on myitwritten.com or building a rich data analytic platform on lexlegis.com to predict the outcome of an appeal, or assisting with the GST pilot rollout, he and his team are equipped to handle multiple projects at any point of time. Every company of his, whether he has invested in or is mentoring, is cash flow positive and debt free. He pushes his companies to build assets and not liabilities, to pay EMIs, not rents. Also, he believes in sound organizational system built on aggressive work cultures. Currently, he is the managing director of Skoridov Systems in Private Limited, India's largest e-return intermediary ERI, authorized by Department of Income Tax, Government of India, and also the director of Is Equal To, a great initiative which is a unified learning platform for students, parents, teachers, and institutions, and was also selected as one of the top 24 made in India apps in the news category in the recent Atmanirbhar Bharat App Innovation Challenge launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so honored and delighted to have Sakar Yadav ji with us. Thank you, Sakar ji, for taking out your precious time. I know you're enjoying with your family, and the best part is what I'm liking today. Even after such a great achievements, even after achieving such humongous results in his life, he's still at his land from where he belongs to. He is at farm, at his village, and from his village is live today. I am really thrilled and so excited. Thank you so much, Sakar Yadav ji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Anshul Dhingra. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you. My first question, and I want to start, what I read just now was a professional introduction, and many people can read this about. And this is the first question I asked to all the dignitary. I want to know your life journey, your education, your ups and downs, your challenges, your aspirations, your story from your own mouth. Who is Sakar Yadav for my viewers?
So honestly, I'm still discovering myself. And as days go by, I'm finding myself to be getting younger in thought, and I feel there's a lot more that could have been done the correct way if I had this knowledge, maybe 20 years back. So my father was in the government service. We have traveled all around, studied in almost. So from one standard up till standard 12th, I've changed about 7 or 8 schools.
Oh.
And then after my 12th, I was in NDA, the National Defense Academy. I opted out of NDA to pursue my technology passion, and that's where the journey began. So the first few years have been easy, in fact. because my parents were there and my parents were guiding me, and they at least घर जाके खाने के लिए था. You were actually more working for fun, you know, trying to prove yourself that you could earn the 10,000 rupees, the 15,000 rupees. This is way back in 1998. The 10,000 rupees a month was a huge thing.
Huge thing,
It would be
yes.
like 3 maybe more per month today. I think the challenges started happening a little later when I shifted from Nasik to Bombay, and when I really met the real business people, you know, they were so focused. And so one of the key decisions that I took was that I forced to take an office for myself at Nariman Point, because I wanted to be at the place where successful people are, because, you know, Sangat se sab kuch hai, you know. So I wanted to be in good company. And I could feel that buzz at Nariman Point, you know, and I till today hold that Nariman Point is a temple, you know. After all, today when you go to a temple, there's no God there. It is a faith that we have in that temple, in that idol, that creates the God there. Nariman Point is a place where that faith is there. Bombay is a place where the faith is there. I shifted there, and I found myself really, that was the time which actually cut me to size. I realized that I'm really nobody in this life, you know. As long as parents' shelter were there, it was like, I'm the king. But then I realized that I was nobody. And that really, and the people around were so positive. And they were so motivating, trying to push, trying to challenge me in everything. Even the challenges that I faced, it helped me grow, plan my entire thing. So let me tell you, while there were businesses happening, I have also gone almost bankrupt at one time.
Oh.
And my wife, myself, and my two small children, I remember we were staying in a rented house in New Bombay, and we had maybe next 1 month's expenditure in my bank account. And I asked my father that I need to renew my rent, and I need some money. And my father, that he said, I don't have any money. And he, you know, while I had gone to office in the day, he left and he went back to his office. He was posted in Chennai. He went back. And my wife and myself had to leave that place, and we had a staff quarter. My wife, myself, and two children had to shift there. And I think that was the biggest learning I had in my life. And from there onwards, I understood what savings mean, you know, because we all understand, we all learn in books, you know, you should save for the rainy day, and you should. But I was never that, you know, I was always very extravagant, trying to spend, trying to buy the best laptops, buy the best, not the best clothes, but definitely buy the best laptops. And any software that I had to buy, I would immediately take it up. Any book that I had to buy, it costed 1,000 rupees or 1,200 rupees. It didn't matter to me that time. So I would immediately go buy it. You know, I need to read this book. So I think that was a great learning. And since then, I think there's been no looking back. There have been challenges, of course, but these small lessons that parents and friends have taught me, I think it has gone a good way. It has gone a long way. I like to add here that it's important for you to choose good friends. I remember I had one friend, and he came home and he was talking about the luxuries of life and all. My father overheard me, and you know, he said that बेटे अगर आपको ऐसे दोस्त हैं तो आपको दुश्मनों की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी कभी लाइफ में. So it was quite shocking, because my friend is sitting there and he's telling my face, but it was right, you know. That taught me that you need to choose your companies well. You need to differentiate between people who are your acquaintances and people who are your friends. So there are a lot of fair weather friends, you know, in life. But if you can get even 2 friends in a life, I think you're a lucky person.
True.
The rest could be people who are well-wishers, whom you know well, etc. But I think that's the brief learning that I had.
Wonderful.
And after that, I think it's just hard work. And I think even today, I get up at 4:35 in the morning, and I try to finish my day by 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, not at night.
Wow. I think that's, so all the viewers who are watching, I think in just the first question, we got a lot of great input and great points. I think one of them is, one of the key learning for me is the difference we all should be aware of and should take in a very conscious way, is a difference between an acquaintance and a friend. I think that's a very, very important learning, because they can create you, they can destroy you, and they have a lot of impact on our thought process. And secondly, he is not even a 5 a.m. club member. He's a 4:30 a.m. club member, and then he wakes up and he completes most of his tasks. He utilizes the morning in the effective way. So that's a good start, and I think a lot more to come. So Skoridov Systems is your organization, which is India's first company to provide end-to-end solution, be it from ETDS filing, digitally signed Form 1616A generation, income tax returns, e-filing, etc., and supporting companies, banks, government departments, PSUs, and their employees. I really want to tell, I would want you to tell my viewers how that idea came up and how you were able to make it so big.
So I don't know if I'm very big yet. I think that is miles to go before I sleep.
Yes. True.
But the first idea, it came from my father was in the civil services, and I used to see him writing a lot of notes, especially judgments. And I remember there was a company called Satyam.
Satyam.
Yes.
I got my first placement in Satyam being an engineer. Before it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, we should not discuss. We are on a live platform. We should not discuss the evils of the IT industry now. I remember, he was in Chennai and he approached this company called Satyam to digitize this content. And I was running this small design unit called CanEnable after my NDA, where I was just learning technology, etc. And I remember Satyam giving a quote of about 3.5 or 4 lakhs to Dad, saying that they would program this database search engine for about 3.5 or 4 lakh rupees. And my jaw dropped when I went to visit him in Chennai, and I heard he spoke on the dinner table that he would spend 3.5, 4 lakhs of family savings on that. And I asked him, is it possible that I try? So he said, okay, fine, I'll give you 50,000 rupees. I was not a good bargain. I could not bargain well that time. But I think 3 weeks later, I could deliver the software. The software was launched in Chennai. It was very well appreciated by the government officers, very well appreciated by the government of India also. We had huge orders. And being from the government background, we really had not seen a lot of money. And when we started selling the software for about 4,000, 5,000 rupees in the market, it was first on a floppy drive and then on CD-ROM drive. And I remember that we used to, write CDs on those. You would remember those times, when we used to write CDs on a CD writer.
True.
And later we had almost 2,000-3,000 orders. Every year, people used to pay us 4,000 rupees. And an extra income in 1997-98 of 40 lakh rupees was just a lot of money.
Sure.
And we just could not believe that the software industry, because, the cost of replication was almost negligible.
True.
And that what pulled me towards information technology. Technology was always my passion, but information technology, I found that all that you need is to spend a lot of time in getting the processes right once, and getting your systems correct once. And if your software is running once correctly, you just need to replicate it, unlike any hardware industry or any, manufacturing industry, because even if your process is right, you need to keep overlooking whether, all right, is the machine line working well? Okay, has the raw material come in? Are you following a just-in-time system, etc.?
True.
So I think that's where it started. And then I realized the importance of user experience, etc. at that point of time, because I used to talk to I used to go and sell my softwares in the market. And I used to talk to users a lot, and users used to ask, can I have a notes functionality here? Please remember that there was nothing known as Google at that point of time.
True.
Right? People have internet. People had these, dial-in connections. With VS. Right. So there was no internet and there was nothing like that. And hardly people had laptops. People had desktops with large CPUs, with fans, sound.
Yes.
They used to make a lot of sound. And so that's the time I realized the importance of writing your codes efficiently so that the size is small. Number 2, I realized that the user experience mattered even in client software. Today, user experience is a new word in mobile apps, etc. But that was as early as that in 1998, etc., that I realized that this should happen. And I think that's what helped me. Every software that we made, we realized that, we just talk of the user experience and user interface in today's world. You see people spending crores of rupees, companies like Flipkart, Amazon, etc. spend crores of rupees in user experience, user interface. There's a company called Cred which is spending.
Yes.
But I think the art of these words are the word user. You need to understand your user. It's not,
True.
there is no set pattern of a user experience. You need to understand who your users are. So if you understand who users are, I think software is just about understanding that product, and I think you can make it. So after that, we went on making other compliance software like ETTS. Then we were invited by the government to make some software of tax filing. Then there was a banking cash transaction tax. There's a fringe benefit tax. A lot of taxes that, I jokingly say that Mr. Chidambaram was a good friend of ours because he introduced so many taxes in India that every tax is used to increase my turnover. That he increased banking cash transaction tax. That increased my turnover because every company wanted a software.
True.
Then he introduced fringe benefit tax. I don't know if you remember FBT करके एक शब्द था. Fringe benefit. जो fringe benefit हो उसपे भी tax लगेगा. So we made a software, fringe benefit tax. So that also started selling. But the ultimate thing was this judgment software that we made. We lately got it online, and now we are the largest database of judgments on income tax with predictive analysis. And we have written our own engine algorithm by which we can predict the outcome of a field. So God forbid anybody, ever does a case and you're from Gurgaon with a large family and a good political backing. They should not. But if they do, you could just go on Lex Legis, and especially on income tax, you could go and search that you have a case like this, appeal that you have filed or your opponent has filed, and this is the possible judge. It would give you the output what the judge is going to rule.
Oh my God,
So
really?
so somebody even opposed us saying that this is, what you're saying is wrong. I said that the judge has to prove, by ruling against what my software is saying. So that's it. And then I remember my IT return happened because Infosys approached us to develop a software for tax filing. There was a gentleman there who wanted Infosys to be the first company where the employees start filing tax returns first. So they approached us. I think we delivered it in 6 days flat. And when we asked them for money, they said, you don't need to ask us for money. You can ask our employees for small amounts like 45 rupees, 49 rupees. And that's how my IT return was born. Today,
okay.
we help more than 25 lakh users, about 15 lakh users on the web and about 10 lakh users on the mobile app. On the mobile app, you can file your tax return in 9 languages. Today, I'm happy to say that we have Uber drivers, we have Jawans, teachers, etc. filing their tax returns. Because everybody cannot spend 4,000 rupees going to a chartered accountant.
Yes. So it also will be guiding how to get it done there?
Of course, I mean user experience, right?
Yes.
So it's extremely easy. Almost 95% plus people file without any help.
Wow. Wonderful. Just for a curiosity, a question is popping in my mind. Skoridov. Am I pronouncing it correct?
Yadav. Sakar. So, I'll tell you, I'll not name any companies, but people often tend to name their companies what they want to become. And I have heard that people who name their companies on themselves and who put their personal name in front, like there's a gentleman called Dr. Anshul Dhingra. So if they are the people who are more reliable because they're putting their personal
brand or name at stake. Yes. True. Very true.
A lot of companies you will see, they put aspirational names. This is where they want to be.
True.
All right. It's not that they are. And sometimes they fail on the way. I mean, with no hard feelings. For example, word system. There was no truth about it. All right. So, but people like Tata's, Bajaj, Birlas, I've seen that they have put their personal brand at risk.
True.
All right.
True.
And they have been more reliable. But it's not the rule of the game. It was my personal belief that this company represents me. So I would want to name it. So it was Sakar Yadav. It was a school nickname which was changed to Skoridov. And when I was asked to inform a company, I didn't want to name it, there's something technology or something. So I said Skoridov because anything that you will get on this, good or bad, will be about our company only and our team members only.
Wow, great. So as I saw that you're already Now, I really also would like to know more about, and when me and my team were doing a research on your work and everything, we were really amazed to see your innovative concept is equal to. So, what kind of impact and transformation you feel this unique concept can bring, or what all we have already achieved through this concept?
All right, interesting. As a brief background, I was teaching pro bono in a school in Bombay, and usually 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, all subjects. And I was not very satisfied with kind of teaching that was happening. So the school was very good, but the teaching was near. People had to rush through topics, etc. And the students were not really learning, and they were moving away from science subjects. Uh, I'm a firm believer of concept learning rather than just rote-based learning. So when I started doing this, some parents started sending their students home. You know that I'm sending my children, please teach them, and they started forcing me to take tuition classes. Though I never took tuition classes, but I used to teach them. In fact, I remember one girl who came to me, belonging to a friend of mine. Uh, so his daughter used to not sit for even 15 minutes on math. But when she came home, I had requested him also to come. She sat with me for 4 hours when she was
Oh,
in 7th or 8th standard
wow.
on topics, speed, distance, time, interest, etc., which was supposed to be a tough topic for her. And for 4 hours, she got up only once, possibly for the restroom, and she was almost on her chair, climbing on the table to do math. Later, when I saw certain softwares coming out in the market, would not want to name any. So I asked them to, why don't you buy these softwares? They are really teaching very well. But again, in a few months, they came back to me saying that the kids are really not reading. They're not using the software. They open the app and then they close the app. I have spent about 15,000 rupees on the app, but they aren't using it. Why don't you develop an app? So in fact, they pushed me to form this company. They gave me money to form this company. And that's how the initial seed capital for this company came. And that's how this company is equal. Is equal to why? Because we wanted it to be output based, right?
Yes,
It's
yes,
absolutely based. And it has to balance itself. Is equal to is a great balancer, right? The
yes.
two lines itself is
Balancing.
balancing line, right? So that's why we were lucky to get this brand name called is equal to. It's a universal name, right? In any country, is equal to will always be the same thing.
True.
And that's how this brand was built. So we launched three or four things very quickly. Number one, we found that children were reading only about Bollywood. So you asked them who Alia Bhatt and Ranbir Kapoor was. No, I mean, great looking boys and girls, but nothing, no offense, but they knew about them, but they didn't know who the ISRO chief was,
Yes,
right?
yes.
They really did not know the capitals of all the states in the country. They did not know that, Arun Achal basically has a beautiful name called Arun Ka Achal.
True.
Arun is sun. So sun ka Achal. It's a beautiful name. If you study like this, you will find the name Arunachal is not Arunachal. It's Arun Achal.
Hmm.
So we saw that kids knew the meaning of Bollywood. They knew crime, who was getting murdered, who was getting raped. They knew who was Mukesh Bhai and who was Adani ji and others. But they did not know, things like ISRO. They didn't know, that there was something known as regional engineering colleges, etc.
Hmm.
And then we saw that they knew about politics, crime, Bollywood, and business, and a little bit about sports. So they didn't know about kabaddi well. They knew a little bit about hockey, but they didn't know everything was IPL and things like this. So we thought that there has to be a news item, something like in shorts for children age-wise. What is good for grade 5 is not good for grade 10. And there was
True.
none in the world. We
True.
launched the Easy Code app. So one feature was news, for which we were awarded by Prime Minister Modi.
Yes.
That you could basically read things of interest of your age. Next, we found that there was nothing for children to discuss. So something like Quora for children, age specific. If I ask you what is reproduction, if I use the word uterus for 11th standard, it might be profane for a 4th grader, right? But for 11th bio, uterus might be a normal word being used in bio, right? So again, age specific student community. This is again the world's first. Then we have the largest bank of question answers in the country for CBSE and ICSE. So you want a book, we are about 40-50% complete. We'll be covering all the books of CBSE, ICSE and State Board in the coming years. that you want a book, you want a question, you want an answer, you'll get it here on our app.
Wow.
So that is core. And apart from this, we have the largest collection in the world for age specific quiz. So if I ask you a question that if one handkerchief dries in 5 hours, how much time will 5 handkerchiefs take? The answer will be 5 hours, but I can't ask this to a 10 standard.
Yes. This.
So age specific quiz, it's all live, all right? So we launched this, and now we are planning to get into animated storytelling, where we want to explain concepts to children in a way that they will never forget. So this is what is happening on is equal to, and this is where we want to take it in this direction.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I'm very, very sure, understanding from you now, it is really going to have a meaningful impact in today's environment where you're very right, where there is a selective information, and that too not the right or appropriate information is being there in the ecosystem. Yes. Now, a very, very important question, and I think this is going to add a lot of value to all the business owners who will be watching this right now. I read that every company of yours, whether you have invested in or you are mentoring, is cash flow positive and debt free. As this is a crucial time for most of the businesses right now, and majorly for small and medium enterprises who are trying to bounce back post-COVID impact. I would like you to share your secret recipe of creating a cash flow positive and debt-free organization, which will surely add, a lot of value to the business community now.
Yeah, interesting question. So first I'd like to explain to you what do I mean by debt-free. So possible that you could have fixed deposits, but certain units in your department, you could take loan and give it to them as a target to refurbish this. To repay back this loan. All right. When I say debt free, that you have to be net debt free in terms of cash. Right. So tomorrow, if you have a problem, you can just, possibly dilute FDs, dilute investments, and immediately pay off debts. But it doesn't mean hard assets like offices or something. It's liquid assets, right? So, I think whenever there's an idea, there's always a user, right? There's almost never an idea where there's no user.
True.
If there is a user, possibly in terms of business, there is also a buyer. So why delay in getting your first client? If you're getting your first client, you have already started your cash flow. What happens is a lot of times I see companies having a big Gantt charts and explaining that this will take a 5-year period for it to go live. And then they have, because of lack of planning, they are delivering in a time where they have no control. So they are planning to deliver 5 years down the line. They're uncertain whether there will be any competitor. They're uncertain whether somebody else is working on the same project. It's said that any idea that comes to your mind comes to 6 other people at the same time.
True. Very true.
Right?
Very true.
So,
yes.
So I don't think ideas are anybody's copyright anymore. I think it's speed which is of essence. मुझे बचपन में अक्सर कहा जाता था कि भूत बनो, and बोलते थे बिन भय होत न प्रीत. So
very true.
भूत भय होत न प्रीत मतलब without fear there is no love, no respect. All right, and then I was being taught that भूत बनो means लोग डरे कि इसको तो कुछ काम देते हैं तो हो जाता है. And I was brought up with a very interesting, your users will want to hear this example. आप हरियाणा के हैं, आपके गांव में भी ये सब भाषा वगैरह बोला जाता होगा.
बिल्कुल बोला जाता है.
Yes. Understanding both English and Hindi. So I'll tell you a small story.
Yeah.
एक मालिक था, वो एक नौकर ढूंढ रहा था अपने लिए. तो बहुत लोग आए, किसी को सेलेक्ट नहीं किया, किसी को भी नहीं लिया उसने. So ultimately एक लड़का आया, वो बोला कि मैं आपके यहाँ रहना चाहता हूँ. बोला क्या नाम है? बोला मेरा नाम रामू है. My name is Ramu. And I would like to stay in this. ठीक, तो मैं खास बात किया. What is the speciality? तो बोला कुछ नहीं, जिस दिन तूफान आती है उस दिन मैं सोता हूँ. He didn't understand there was nobody. At least देखने में ठीक था तो उसको रख लिया. पैसा सभी ठीक ही मांग रहा था, रख लिया उसने. फिर एक दिन सचमुच का तूफान. It was a big storm, and this person, the owner, he came and he woke him up. He he went to the room and he saw he was sleeping. He said, "Get up, Ramu, उठो उठो Ramu, क्यों सोए हुए हो?" तो I said, "क्यों? आपको तो बोला था जैसे तूफान आएगी मैं सोऊंगा." बोला, "लेकिन बाहर गाय भैंस बंधी हुई है." बोला, "हाँ, वो तो सुबह ही बांध दिया था मैंने, और कपड़े सूख रहे नहीं, कपड़े उतार के उसको आयरन इस्त्री करके उसको तो अंदर रख दिया." बोले, "अनाज सूख रहा है उसको भी अंदर कर दिया, वो तो कल ही मालूम चल गया कि तूफान आने वाली है." So this is what I mean by booth,
True.
Get the work done much before that it is there. It will not only save you cost, it will save you the most precious thing, that is time. If you're able to master time, you cannot go in loss ever.
True.
99% of the people have their lives complicated, whether personal or in business, because they delay decisions. They delay delivering things. Delay is the cause of all, I would say. All, maybe 99.9, but it's close to all. Delay is the cause of all complications in life. You cannot get the decision right, but your decision has to be strong. Right or wrong, your decision has to be strong. You cannot get your decision correct. And if you don't delay it, there are good chances that you'll get your decision correct.
Very, very true.
All right.
Very true.
So I think that's the crux of becoming debt free. It is not cash management, it is time management. Many people are focusing on money to become debt free. The problem is never the cash. Cash is one of the means to the end.
True.
The problem is how fast you can reach to the end. The problem is that people are getting money, making money the end. And therefore they're not getting the objectives correct.
True. Very true.
If you're able to manage your time properly and deliver at a faster pace than anybody else, you will be better off than your nearest competitor. And if your nearest competitor is going to be profitable, you are of course going to be more profitable than the person. But if you're in an industry which is usually cash guzzling and you cannot manage it well, then I'm sure you are going to be bad, So I think I remember during Vijay Mallya times, there was a bad joke on him that how to be a millionaire. You take $1 billion and open an airline industry or an airline company, But I think even if he had managed things on time and did things faster than what others were doing, I think the problem may not have happened. I'm not an expert on the aviation industry.
Yeah, but the fate would have been different.
Fate would have been different.
True.
But of course, there are other parameters also. If you don't follow basic ethics, basic rule of the game. If you see today's industry, for example, a lot of, because I see you're advising MSMEs, so also there will be a lot of startups and new age entrepreneurs, whose parents have worked hard and now the youngsters are now coming up to join. So, I'm from the old school where I've been taught a profit loss statement and a balance sheet. I have always said that on the balance sheet, the money should lie on the asset side, right? Your liability should be lighter. Your money should come in from your income side in your profit loss statement, and it should go towards your asset side. But in today's business, I see in the balance sheet, the money is coming from the liability side in terms of capital only, and going out through the income expenditure statement from the expenditure side. It is exactly the reverse of what I have been taught. So I think you just need to focus that you need to take less capital from people. You need to borrow less. You need to keep yourself lean. If you are lean, you will move faster.
Sure.
If you're lean in your money, the moment you load yourself with deep pockets, etc., you're bound to hire 5 people instead of 1. And where there are 5 people, you can never have one finger pointing. You'll have all the 5 fingers pointing in 5 directions, and Surya Bhagwan ka rath bhi सात घोड़े, लेकिन सातों घोड़े एक तरफ जाते हैं. So correct. I mean, for the new age people, they might argue that I'm an idiot and I still believe in Bhagwan ke rath mein, but it's just a metaphor just to explain that you have to have your team members moving in the right direction, and the right way to do is have a lean, structured team which can push things much faster.
True, very true. Now, the next question is again based on your experience, because you have got a lot of experience. So could you sum up your experience as head of CDPC, Central Data Processing Center of the National Judicial Reference System, India's largest database of appeals and judgment on income tax? I think you told it about this in I think in the starting, but I would like you to share your experience how about this and how this collection happened and how it is benefiting people.
So this project is CTPC, NJRS is National Judicial Reference System. This is for the Government of India, the Income Tax Department. We won this tender along with NSDL, the National Stock Depository Limited, EGOV unit of the NSDL. And they wanted to make the largest repository of appeals and judgments because we already had the largest repository of judgments. We were, of course, the chosen people to make the largest repository of appeals. And I'd like to tell you, this is not the largest repository of appeals and judgments of an act in India. It is the largest repository of judgments and appeals of any act in the world.
Oh, okay.
So NSDL has done a fabulous work. They have, put up great search engines using IBM, Watson, etc. And the departments have been, the Income Tax Department and the government has been very cooperative in allowing us to, to do this large work. And it was challenging in the starting to work with a government organization. And NSDL is also a very large organization. But I think it was well worth the challenge, and we have learned a lot from that. Otherwise, regarding the database, I have already spoken about it earlier in this interview.
Yes.
So there's nothing much that to add.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that. So every entrepreneur, when they have a ups and downs phases, where there is a phase or phases in the life, in this journey of an entrepreneur, where they bounce back when there is a time when they are not able to see the future, when they have uncertainty, confusion or doubt, but still they do certain activities and they bounce back. So I want to know, what was the bounce back moment of your life which changed the things ups and down?
So I think, it's extremely difficult to say that there had been only one major failure. I think, there are so many occasions where you feel that you have failed yourself rather than anybody else. A lot of time, you have targets for yourself which you don't discuss with anybody else, and you have some plans which fail, but you cannot even, because others don't know. So others don't know that you have failed. Others might, on the contrary, maybe thinking that you have succeeded because they didn't know this was happening.
True.
But so what made me bounce back, I think, was the clarity of the objective. I told you I'm a teacher by heart. Examples help you retain information. So आपके घर में पूजा है, there is a small puja in your house, and there is a person, a helper in your house. You don't tell him that घर में पूजा है. You tell him to clean the drawing room or the living room. So what would he do? He would clean under the sofa, mop it, etc. and move out. Now you add a small piece of objective in his life, saying that I'm coming back from outside. कल सुबह सत्यनारायण पूजा है, living room को साफ करके रखो. Then what he would do, he would push the sofas behind. He would make area, and before you go, he'll ask you how many people are you expecting. And he'll say, भैया भगवान को किस दिशा में रखते हैं, north or south or east or west? अच्छा, इधर मैं साफ करके रखता हूँ. And then you will find his brain working in a different direction.
True.
The problem is with us and with our staff members, we cheat, and we treat ourselves also as servants, and we treat members also as servants. So what happens is that when your objective is not clear, your work is always less. But now this boy is cleaning the floor, and now he falls asleep, and now he gets up. It's already 8:30 at night, and you're supposed to come back at 10:30. Now what is he supposed to do? He can say that I failed, or he remembers the objective that there is a puja. If he only remembers the task, he will not clean under the sofa, because he knows that you will never put your hand under the sofa and check.
True.
He will just clean it, and when he comes back and he says, "Arey, ye sab yahi pe hai." So you say, "हाँ, आपने बोला था साफ करने के लिए." Now that he remembers the objective, he will do his best of whatever he can do.
He can do, yes.
He can do, and that's how you bounce back. Many people talk of objective. I've heard of great stories of Steve Jobs, etc. I've even heard Mark Zuckerberg coming to India, going to a mutt and praying, etc. When they pray, etc., what happens is they remember the old objective which they started in the garage.
Yes.
Or in the door.
Yes.
And they say, "Oh, this is what I was." So they relate back to the objective. If your objective is clear, I think how many times you fall, no problem. You will ultimately reach your
You'll
objective, or
bounce back.
somewhere near or you will bounce back. So I think bouncing back is more about realizing what you were set out to do, and rather than just cleaning the floor.
True, true,
So
true.
this is what I was mentioning about this new principle called OKR, objectives and key results. So these are the basic objectives that you have to. उद्देश्य साफ होना चाहिए.
उद्देश्य साफ
अगर
होना
उद्देश्य साफ तो उद्देश्य साफ है तो आप वहां पहुंचेंगे. Most companies' objectives are not clear. For example, Google, if you see, their objective was organize the world's information. So the
Yes.
Gmail is organizing the world's information. Google is organizing. Photos is organizing. Android is organizing all the apps. So everywhere they're only they're not doing anything else. YouTube is organizing all the videos. So if you see these large companies, if you study the one-line objective is very crisp, large, very clear, and they only are the whole, workforce is only aligned to this objective.
True.
If you are not aligned to the objective, you will not be able to bounce back. Has Google not failed? Google was once for sale,
Yes.
but they bounced back.
Yes.
Yahoo was supposed to buy
Yes.
because the objective was clear.
Very true. Very true. So I think this is a great, great insight for all my viewers who are watching it right now. If you really want, now as this time we are all bouncing back from a crisis time, be it you are at a personal front, professional front, or as a business owner, keep your objective clear and work on that. This is the right time. I think you have got, with the God's grace, where I think if we really need to bounce back, objectives and clarity will support us in taking certain actions, in going beyond what we can do and doing our best. I think. Thank you so much, for this wonderful insight. Moving to the next round, making this interview a little more interesting for our viewers. The next round is a rapid fire round. Okay, so I will say one word related to you, and you have to just speak out the first word or a first sentence which comes in your mind, maybe a person related to that word, or anything, any word, any sentence comes with that word. So here it goes. The first word is India.
Kitchen of the world.
Sorry?
Kitchen of the world.
Wow. Kitchen of the world. I think this is something very a very unique answer which I got in all my interviews. I really want you to explain it to me. Why you said kitchen of the world?
So you need to compete on your strengths. You cannot compete with China on a single party country. You cannot compete with China on a non-democratic setup. You cannot compete with China on a machine-based humans working together like robots in a machine line. Then, of course, discipline, for which I have a lot of respect for them. But what is a competence? Your competence is the large agricultural land you have.
True.
Right? And your second competence, a huge population which can be made productive into farming. Imagine every plate in the world where there's at least a couple of food items to be eaten, which has been manufactured here in India. The best quality rice, the best quality vegetables, best quality masalas, best quality dal, ready to cook dal, dip it in water, cook it in microwave, and ready to eat in seconds. I think made in, and we should not only make it kitchen of the world, but we should subsidize and give tax benefit to those people who are able to complement this pipeline, which will give, not only complement the end user, the end manufacturer who is exporting.
True.
Till the last unit, the new farm bills have recently come. It's going to greatly help the farmers. Of course, there's a lot of chaos, again, no discussion on that.
Yes.
But if I was the agriculture minister in this country, my entire focus would be on this one objective. If there is a party in the United States, you need to call India. Like if you had a software to be developed, you were calling India. If you have a party in the United States, I need 3 kilos of cauliflowers and this and this and this. All right, sir. Our nearest agent is in California, in this block, 3rd Street. Please pick it up from there. or just press this button and will deliver to your place. You know, companies like Amazon and Jio, etc., who are now trying to sell inward to us, should pick up things from rural India and sell it outside the world.
Yes.
And that the only thing they can sell is food items for it, where we can really excel.
True.
We
Very
need
true.
to concentrate a lot on quality, in less use of pesticide, etc. Have a lot of organic. We have so much land, even little less produce can help. Because when you use less fertilizers, your produce goes down a bit.
Goes down,
But
yes.
that can cost will go up. And I think that's what I mean by kitchen of the world. That India should be focused. The next election should be fought on kitchen of the world mandate. The government should fight.
Wow. Amazing.
And
amazing.
and give me the mandate, the responsibility of the mandate.
We are with you. In whatever capacity, we are with you. The second word is family.
First.
Okay.
I always tell my employees, family first.
Family first. True.
That
Very true.
complete your work on time. घर में ऐसी कोई शादी नहीं होनी चाहिए जहाँ अटेंड नहीं कर पाओ. जहाँ बाकी लोग 2 दिन जा रहे हैं वहाँ तुम 5 दिन बिता के आओ. घर में पेरेंट्स का डेथ हो गया, तुम 20 दिन भी जाके नहीं रहोगे क्योंकि घर में काम है, there's deadline, there's client meeting. I mean, what are you living for?
True.
घर में बच्चे का जन्मदिन, you're landing at 6 o'clock in the evening. What were you doing? Who's picked him up from the school and ice cream किसने खिलाया उसको रास्ते में? बस कंडक्टर ने. तो family first. कोई first.
I think no. I am saying yeah. True, very true. And so again, a great learning, and I really salute you for this wonderful, input. I think that's seriously very important. And to all my dear friends who are watching, my clients who are watching, this is something very important, and I've been trying to convey this to you in multiple forms, in multiple ways, that yes, we need to actually take care of people, and people need to take care of themselves and their work in the right way. And this is not only, so work is a part of life, not life. So we need to manage work in the right way so that we can enjoy the bigger picture called life. Wonderful. Thank you so much. The second word is perfection. Third word, perfection.
Almost a must. I'm a Virgo, so almost a must.
Okay.
Many people say it's not necessary, but it should become a habit.
Scored-off systems.
Miles to go before we sleep.
Is equal to.
Made for my children.
Team members.
Family. So I would know every team member's children. I would know, in fact, I would not like them to call me sir. I would like them to call me G or Bhaiya or just, but there should be some respect if you're elder.
Yes.
It's not necessary. It's more of family. You should know the strong points, weak points. So team members, family. You should treat them as family.
Wonderful. Customers and clients.
The old one says customer is king. Mine is kasht se jo mar raha ho. So you have to take care of them well, give them priority and give them importance, because they're coming to you only because they need you. So kasht se jo mar raha hai, please take care of them well.
Wow. Working with government.
Want to be in the government, heading a ministry, agriculture, technology or education.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Agriculture.
Bihar should become the kitchen of India, and India should become the kitchen of the world.
Wow. Education.
Needs a lot of change. Teachers need to be taught, needs a lot of change at the grassroots level. It needs to change. Even after the new education policy, it needs to be implemented.
True. Mentoring.
Live their life. You just cannot speak to them without understanding their shoes. Go in the shoes and mentor them.
Taxpayers of India.
Very less. We have hardly 1% people who are taxpayers. Direct tax. Everybody is paying indirect tax. It should be about 14 to 20% at least. People who are taxpayers. Tax filers are 6%, but
Yes.
taxpayers are very less.
Yes.
So I think there are miles to go. The kitchen of the world ambition of mine will actually see that happening, where farmers are actually paying taxes, and they're not farmers above 10 lakh should pay taxes.
True.
Farmers who are earning above 10 lakh rupees, why should they not pay taxes?
Yes.
So
yes. I think I was just interviewing Satish Kumar Gupta ji, who was recently appointed as member of CBDT a few days back only. So I was just interviewing him, and then he talked to me in details about that faceless assessment and how they are going to now implement it. They have various sources from where they are getting all that inputs, and the objective is to reach around that 14-15% mark from the 6%.
Absolutely.
So I think
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, they said that we
In
have a
US, you
lot.
have in US, sorry, in US you have 45% people,
Yes,
in the market. And if people are not paying taxes, most probably it does be 1% of the people who are hiding that money, right? If everybody is hiding the money, you're real problem. There's no patriotism here.
yes,
So if the India story has to happen, you have to see the taxpayer numbers go up.
true, true. And last but not the least, this initiative, India Bounce Back. The first word that comes in your mind or sentence.
I think in a big way in the next 1 year's time.
Thank you so much.
In a big way, I think we have a very tough time ahead in the next 1 year.
Yes.
Financial doldrum.
And yes, and
But,
I got very positive when you said that. Yes, that when you were discussing about is equal to, that there's a lot of negative stuff which is going on and a very selective information. The core thought of starting India Bounce Back was the same. When you're just turning on the news or social media, you are getting a lot of negative elements coming up. Why don't we have good perspectives from people coming up where they can have a ray of hope, so that people can see a little positive, people can grab some positive inputs from these interviews and can move forward. So thank you so much for this confidence. Now moving to the round 3, it's about what all we have experienced in the last 5 months, and secondly, how the new normal look like. So the first question goes like, how these last 5 months has impacted your life, your work, and what all you have experienced, learned in this Corona journey?
I think for me, it has not been a lot of change. I came here on 21st of March. I remember celebrating my daughter's birthday, when I was on flight. And it's been 6 months today now. And my work style usually in Bombay also was that I start at 4:35. I end my day by 9:30, 10 o'clock. By the time people are coming to office, my mailbox is empty. I mean, right now in my mail, I don't think there will be more than, there you go, there's 6 emails right now. And that also possibly has come in the last, 2-3 hours. So my mailbox has to be empty every 9:30, 10 o'clock. And everybody has been assigned work. So there are 3 things that I have been taught very early in my life. One is delegation, that you need to delegate. Number 2 is supervision, and third is reporting, right? You delegate to the right people. First, you have to have people who are better than you. Then you delegate to them. Then you supervise them on the larger objective, because they're better than you. So you cannot supervise them on the micro objective. True. Because on that work, they're better than you. And then you take reporting whether your larger objective is met or not, together with everybody. So everybody knows who's falling short and can move ahead. So, not much has changed for me, because it's life as usual. People used to not see much of me. In fact, there have been instances when I used to see them, they used to say that, sir, aap please chale jaiye, because aap rehte hain to kaam nahi hota hai. So not much has changed. The work is on as usual. Work is on absolutely usual. I think people are a little stressed with this, continuously working from home on a joking way, because their wives are not used to seeing them so much.
Yeah.
Not used to seeing the wife so much. So maybe stress sometimes, but I think it's stressful the stressful is not about staying at home. It's about you feeling jailed of not being allowed to move out because of the situation. I think that is stressful.
True.
And people are not accepting it. I think people in my organization, I think I wrote a mail to them in the second last week of March. I think we're expecting a lockdown after our Prime Minister spoke, that it's a trial version of 1-day lockdown. I wrote to them immediately saying that I'm expecting a 6-month lockdown or more. Please brace. Save money, no extra spending, cut your expenditures to half, cut everything to half, live a life that up till Diwali you may have to live this life long. Many people did not believe, but slowly after 1 month they started accepting. So there was not so much of stress in our workplaces. And second thing that we forced everybody, that be it everybody, even the small sweeper, they get some money every month. Even some, the contract sweepers also who come.
Yes.
Second is try to do video conferencing with everybody at least once or twice a week. Most teams were doing every day.
Yes.
But when you look at humans and you talk, at least there is some feeling of being alive.
True. True.
So I think all that possibly helped in the last 6 months now.
Sakarji, if I may ask, how big is your team? For is equal to you're talking, or is a Scorvidov right now?
So it's overall team would be having about 125 people now.
Okay.
Across Corridor is equal to a couple of more companies.
Great. So one of the success factor behind your success, I believe, is already you have spoken about it, but one of the success factor behind your success, which I believe is your ability to create and manage wonderful teams. And also, as per data, you're director of right now 6 great organization managing under 25 plus people. A very specific question to you: how you create that magic of people management and ensure that delegation, supervision, and the third element is reporting is done effectively. So because this is right now, I think in the last 5 months, the calls I used to receive from MSMEs, business owners, and all about कि सर पैसा देना है कि नहीं देना है, कितना देना है सर, कैसे काटूं, कैसे उनको जवाब दूं. People are talking to me, and one of the things which I was able to convey, that this is the test of character right now. Okay, don't lose your character. This is the time where people need you. They are the people, those who have supported you. They are the people who have actually created you and supported you in your dreams, objectives, goals, whatever you want to say that. So now I want to know, I want you to give lessons through this channel to all the SMEs, how they can actually understand the value of a team and how they can groom them, nurture them, so that they create the team that performs.
So let me tell you one thing which is very otherwise what you would usually expect. I was the first person, maybe end of March, we cut salaries. All right. And with this understanding that I think this may go well beyond 6 months or years time, I do not want to have a disparity or a way where you have high salary and suddenly a very low salary because the revenues are just going less. I want you all to live, and I quickly made a fund, an emergency fund for employees, that anybody who actually requires can go to your team members and request a dip in the pool. All right. So there was somebody who needed the mother was suffering from cancer and had to go to Benares for some treatment. So he could dip in the pool and take money out quickly. So we put a standard that there has to be minimum that for existence and a okay living, you need this much money. So anybody up till this threshold will not be cut. Anybody, because in organizations you have sometimes people who have been staying for long and working, they are handling, so they can cut right now. So we asked them to cut, and they were all put into some kind of a bracket which they were comfortable, and in case there were exceptional cases, they could dip into this emergency pool. So this was the first step that we took, that so that employees were ready. See, employees don't mind that in tough situations, if you are a part and if they're a family, they understand that there is a tough time. The problem is uncertainty that they are not sure of.
Yes.
So we have not removed anybody till date. Even the contract sweeper is getting some money from us every month, who was coming to our office only for 1 hour. Say at Nariman Point was coming to our office only for 1 hour, sweeping and going. So even he is getting some money from us every month still. All right. So our maids and everybody are still getting. So our houses are locked, our guest houses are locked, but they're still getting some money. All right. Now, so much so that I would like to add that our judo teacher, etc., of my children won some gold medals at judo competition Bombay level. So we have a very beautiful sir there. So we said, so why don't you teach them online? They will not learn the throws, at least they will learn the falls of the exercise.
True.
So I think it is uncertainty which kills the trust and which kills the relationship and the employees. I request all MSMEs and SMEs to look into your balance sheet, look into your cash flows, talk to your bank, get your cash flows correct. and have a plan which you can communicate effectively to your employees. There's no harm in being strict. There's no harm in ruthless honesty. There's harm in only being ruthless. We're not sure whether this is honest or not.
True.
All right.
Ruthless
I
honest
think
is
once
acceptable.
ruthless honesty, people should know if this is needed, it is going to be done. The company is not going to listen. But if I need it, the company will listen. They should have this trust also.
True.
Now, once this is done, I think there is a balance and there is little peace, and employees are not in pieces, and I think then life becomes a little easy for you to manage, because you have workforce, whether 5 people or whether 500 people. I think then it's easier for you to manage.
Great.
Is there anything else that I missed on this question? Sorry.
No. So a little more on that. So now
Okay.
your
A
context.
little more on the team.
Yeah, team part.
Little
So
more on the team you asked.
how you no, if I want to know from a hiring perspective, this is going to be a great learning for major people right now, because they have hiring issues. The general question, I think ये मजाक भी है. This is a joke also, which says के क्या पूछते हैं, कहाँ नौकरी करता था, कितनी पगार लेता था, करने को तैयार है कि नहीं.
Interesting thing. So if you attend an interview in my organization, I usually like meeting the people who are joining us, and the few questions that I like to know. So in fact, I have a very large form. It's a 20-page form that you have to fill.
Oh.
So most people don't fill the form. So, and I'll tell you questions. It asks about your food habits.
Okay.
It asks about what language do you speak at home? Which are your favorite movies? Which places have you stayed for more than 5 days in your life? I remember in EasyCode2, we were hiring for teachers, and there was a teacher who came who never visited outside South Bombay. She was 27 years old. She never visited outside South Bombay. We could take her. Somebody who has not seen Ajanta Ellora, has not seen Delhi, who has not seen Taj Mahal, or you can't go to all the places. लेकिन आप कुछ तो घूमे होंगे. आप जब घूम नहीं सकते तो you will not gel in the team. Work is like marriage. And there is a for some interviews that I don't take, I often tell my team members that imagine you have a fictitious imaginary brother or a sister. हम लोग के relatives में आपका large family है गुड़गांव में, हम वो सारे large family का financial and social status अलग अलग होगा, सबका एक नहीं होगा.
बिल्कुल.
Somebody will be driving a Mercedes and somebody will be driving a motorcycle. सब लोग सब तरह के होंगे.
हर तरह के.
So supposing you are hiring a clerk, for example, imagine you're a distant relative of yours, who is a boy or a girl. So you're hiring a male member. Imagine a distant cousin of yours, a sister of yours, whom would you want this sister to get married to this clerk of yours? Because this sister of yours is at the same clerical social status. क्योंकि शादी भी तो बराबरों में होती है ना, एक ही बड़े फैमिली में भी बराबरी में होती है. तो अगर if you are ready to hire to get that imaginary sister married or imaginary brother married, then you please take. आप उसके लिए क्या देखेंगे? आप देखेंगे कपड़ा ठीक पहनता है कि नहीं, कहीं दारू बहुत तो नहीं पीता है, कहीं सिगरेट दांत तो गंदे नहीं है, मुंह महकता तो नहीं है, कपड़े ठीक से तो पहना है, मोजे ठीक है कि नहीं है, बात करता है कि नहीं, हैंडराइटिंग कैसा है, अरे स्माइल करता है तो मन खुश हो जाता है. And then you ask them about a lot of things, and then he may have different ideology on religion, different ideology on politics. That's okay. But घर में भी होते होंगे.
बिल्कुल.
So, but are you able to digest them as a family member? If you can, then don't leave the person at any cost and send him to me to check whether he is capable for this job or not. But don't leave the person. तो छोड़ना ही नहीं है, क्योंकि अच्छे लोग कम मिलते हैं.
बिल्कुल सही बात है.
Number one. Number two, for the job, I think you have to hire the person who is better than you at what you were at that age. You cannot hire the best person. But supposing you're hiring a data entry operator, जो आदमी आपसे भी slow type करता है, तो company is going to go down only. So person who's better than you in typing, please hire the person. So once you are able to get these couple of things, but there are different ways of finding the right person, right? But the crux that I'm trying to say is that you have to see that the entire एक सड़ा हुआ आम सारे टोकरी के आम को, see, my entire life is full of this हितोपदेश and Aesop's fable and this पंचतंत्र के tales होते हैं. तो एक सड़ा हुआ आम पूरे टोकरी के आम को सड़ा देता है. तो आपको आम अच्छे से चुनना है. और अगर कोई उसमें से सड़ा हुआ आम निकला, there have been instances we have removed the person in the middle of the day. उसको हम लोग जो भी नोटिस पीरियड है उसका डबल देके उसको निकाल दिए. तो आप ले लो, चले जाओ, हाथ जोड़ता हूँ, आप बताओ, आज से ही नहीं आना है. There are people saying सर इतना नुकसान हो जाएगा, अपने रहेगा तो और ज्यादा नुकसान करेगा. जब इसको रखना ही नहीं है, जब डिसाइड करनी है कि अब नहीं पटेगा, you know, so up what's the use of keeping him? Remove him right now. And you know, bad example, but a senior person has said, therefore I will like to quote it. It's in social media, so it's about a pregnant woman, you know. And I was asked by a very senior person that, have you ever seen a little pregnant woman? A little more pregnant woman, very pregnant woman. Well, you're pregnant, you're not pregnant. I think it's a state, yes or no. It's a Boolean thing. Computers are successful because just yes or no. In life, if you can somehow force yourself to take a 1 or 0 decision and a maybe शब्द खत्म हो जाए, लगता है शायद हो गया. You know, so one word which I despise in my office is when people say, ये हो गया, sir शायद हो गया. What is this शायद? हो गया कि नहीं हो गया? Say me yes, tell me yes or no. You know, बच्चे का एक्सीडेंट हो गया, बच्चे को हॉस्पिटल में ले गए, बच्चा बच गया, बच्चा मर गया. Be honest, I will take it. I have the guts to take it.
True.
मर गया बच्चा, बताइए ना, शायद. Operation successful, you know, operation successful, बच्चा मर गया. So I think once company owners, MSMEs and other clients of yours, if they understand the state of 0 and 1, that you have to be clear in your thought, and you can be wrong, no
Yes.
problem.
Yes.
Life will give you an opportunity to correct it, but again at that time be clear. If you dwindle and delay that decision, your team will get spoiled. And with your strictness and see, people love to work with leaders, you know. They'll
True.
perform better because they go back home and they want to tell that, listen, I'm wanting to work under this leader. Do you know that he does this? I don't know if my employees say that, or they may be cursing me also. I'm not sure. But people would want to go and say, Malum, aaj kya hua? He did not do it right and he was removed. And on the dinner table, uski wife, वो शायद कहीं काम करते आके बोलती कि हाँ उन्होंने ठीक किया, देखिए सबको खराब कर. So I think that's the lesson for hiring. That you hire people who are you hire family members.
Thank you so much. I think most of I feel right now I'm feeling good because I think most of your thoughts resonates with me and the way I operate. That's how I also try to teach and make people, because they most of the time in firing people they'll take a lot of time, delay the decision. पता नहीं ऐसा हो जाएगा, पता नहीं वो हो जाए. उस पता नहीं के चक्कर में 3-3 6-6 महीने हम रिप्लेसमेंट नहीं लेकर आते, हम कोई प्रोसेस बिल्ड नहीं करते और बहुत ज्यादा लॉस ले जाते हैं. और फिर जब वो जाता है तो बहुत बड़ा चोट दे के जाता है.
Sorry for cutting you, but I think till now I may have fired only about 7-8 people.
हाँ.
Last 20 years. मतलब the people should not feel कि कल से आज तो I'm going to fire 5 people. You know, people who are listening to you should not go and say आज शुरू करो. It should not be that. It will give a negative.
Yes.
Give a negative feedback.
Yes, but then when a person like you or a person who has an established organization who is working for people know that he is doing a lot of things for them. If that person takes that decision, they also needs to understand that it has been it is a decision after a lot of thought in his mind, and then he has to be yes or no.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So moving to the next question, I think you are, as a positive person, I know what answer you will give, but still I will ask, are you confident that India will bounce back?
Actually, don't see the doubt.
Yes.
Which other country can bounce back except Russia and India?
Yes.
And maybe but Japan, because it's very small.
Yes.
Which other country do you see? There are only 2 countries which I personally see really has a lot of character today, in today's time, is Russia and India, and Japan, of course.
Yes. My next question is, being a strong contributor, as we feel, and an observer, an influencer, an educator, a technocrat, a politician, a farmer, an agriculturalist, so many roles you are playing, a teacher, a student yourself, because you are also learning a lot of things in his journey. What role Sakar Yadav ji is going to play in the new normal of New India? What do you see your
I
role?
think, I think my role is to tell people to that tough times to come, and when tough times come, I think at times it makes sense in becoming Ranchod Das. You know, I don't know if you know the story of
Yes,
Ranchod
yes,
Das.
yes, yes, yes,
Eh?
yes.
When you cannot battle some things, just accept it and lie low. Just move away from the main scene. It doesn't mean that it's defeat, right? When it comes, again you tackle it, right? And this is a time that when many people are talking about, that this is the new normal, and you have to accept it. No, this is not the new normal. This is the abnormal. The normal
Yes,
will be like how normal was.
yes,
It's only a matter of time. This abnormality is there. जब तूफान है, कुछ लंबी तूफान चल रही है. अब उस तूफान में लोगों के कुछ घर के छत उजड़ जा रहे हैं, ये हो रहे हैं. But it's not anybody's mistake, and they will be worried. So for people who are able to control, for them it is to lie low and accept and work whatever you can without being stressed. The government and the situation and environment will set things right automatically. Don't be stressed. Everybody is stressed.
true, true, true.
All right? We are only hearing stories about very successful people, how they're managing it, but it's not true. You're hearing stories which may be half-baked truths. और for the people जिनके छत उड़ जा रहे हैं, ये उड़ जा रहे हैं, I think it's for them to speak out to their companies, organizations. Supposing कोई employee है जो नहीं कर, you have to speak out. A lot of people I see that problem जिसके businesses में problem, okay, वो कह नहीं रहे हैं. If you don't speak, how will people come and how can people help you? And if you don't want help, then why are you cribbing? What are you cribbing about?
True.
Then आप कर लीजिए खुद ही. So I think my role in this is to make people relaxed, make people understand that accept and let this time pass. Don't be in a hurry to just open up everything. Keep working from your home, keep working at a distance. Accept this new abnormality for some time, because the new normal is going to come very soon. And in the next some time you will say, हाँ ऐसा भी हुआ था.
True, true.
I mean, गुजरात में भूकंप आई थी. लोगों को नुकसान हुआ. People remember, but then people have it has risen again. लातूर में भूकंप आई थी. नॉर्थ इंडिया में, दिल्ली में भूकंप आई कितने बार. So people have risen, and I think it will again, everybody will rise back again, and किसी का fate is not going to be taken away by this COVID. All right, it is best to be safe than to be sorry later. Stay
Yes.
safe, work as much as you can rather than taking the risk of yourself and the family.
True.
And absolutely going out, and it's only a matter of time. This is not the new normal. Please don't use this as the new normal. This is the abnormality.
This is
will go on.
abnormality. Wow. I think that's the right word. Yes. Uh, moving ahead. Now coming to the end part. I want your top 3 messages for the startups, entrepreneurs, and MSME of India. Your top 3 advices or message for these business community, specifically entrepreneurs, startups, and MSMEs.
I think number one, on a lighter side, but with a serious note, talk to Mr. Anshul Dhingra for setting your objectives correct. Number one, if you don't set your objectives correct, you will be lost forever.
Sure.
All right. You all can speak to Mr. Anshul Dhingra in setting. No matter even if you have traveled some path, set your objectives very correct. Whether you are a startup, whether you are MSME, whether you are a large organization, I'm telling you, objectives are something which some small silly companies like Google, LinkedIn, Facebook, Microsoft, Intel, etc. using, India Jio is using. I think हम लोग को इन लोगों को follow करने में कोई हर्ज नहीं है.
100%.
So this is the first thing. This is the first thing I think all of you I'll request, that you all should do. Get your objectives very clear as to what you're doing. Number two, I think for startups, etc. I think, or MSME especially, this is a time when we have realized the importance of money much more than before. I think it is time that you all will promise, Mr. Dingra, that you will never ever get your finances incorrect.
Yes. True.
Whatever are your expenses, please double it and work for it. Because उतने expense हो सकते नहीं हो. But what I mean is that have your 1 year's buffer always in hand. See, this situation, if anybody told you in February, you would not have believed it.
Yes.
Right? So please understand that life is a game of glorious uncertainties. People used to say that politics and cricket are the two games for glorious uncertainties, but life itself is a game of glorious uncertainties. And if you are not going to, if your entire plan, your holiday plan, your children's education plan, your life plan, and your business plan also are going to be based on only certainties, I think there is a problem. Please account, now that you have experienced it,
Yes.
always in life, set two parameters. Number one is a best case scenario, and number two is a worst case scenario. So for me, the worst case scenario in COVID is 15 months. So when I came to my village on 21st of March, I packed 2 dresses and all my children's books. And we said that we need to have enough there so I can survive in the village for 15 months. And that was my worst case scenario I planned for. My best case scenario was I'll come back in 2 months' time. सब गर्मियों की छुट्टी मना के वापस आ जाए. Now anything that is to happen will happen in between, but you will never be stressed. And if you will not be stressed, your family will be happy. Ultimately, you're working for yourself and family only.
True.
You will be happy. Your employees will be happy, which are a part of your family. So, I think that's the second part. That please get your finances correct and work between the best case and the worst case scenarios.
Yes.
I think that is true.
True.
And the
Very
third
true.
message, I think that is for the entire country. All right. I think the word is faith and belief. I think we in India have never been taught this word. In school, we don't believe that the teachers will teach us well. When we go to play, we don't believe that we'll get our batting. When we grow up, we don't believe we'll get our jobs. When we get the jobs, we always been taught silly things about corporate lives and about this thing, wahan pe ye politics chalega, ye chalega. So I think the word belief and trust is something that I don't know how, but you will have to get in yourself that India is going to become very, 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 very big and in a much faster time than you. Of course, it can't be 6 months, please. I mean, it's maddening to think, but it cannot become big if we don't become big.
Very true.
And
Very
we will have to believe in ourselves for the country to become, for the country to believe that the country can become something. I would request all the viewers here to please have belief in yourself, belief in family, belief in yourself, believe in your objective, and believe in this, that something large and big is going to happen. And if you believe that, I'm sure something large and big will happen because the writing is on the wall. And we are again not prepared. Like the COVID was going to happen, the writing was on the wall, the whole world was crying, but we were not ready for it. We were not reading it.
True.
There was a news about Alia, sorry, not Alia Bhatt, sorry, I'm taking her name again. She's a young girl. I mean, there's a news about some Hollywood star and about COVID. I don't think we were reading about COVID. We were reading about the Hollywood star.
True.
Or if it was about Mukesh Bhai's wealth and it was about COVID, we read about Mukesh Bhai's wealth.
True.
So we did not read the writing on the wall. The writing is again on the wall that something big is going to happen the positive way now. But we are again not prepared.
Yes. Yes. Very true. Very true.
So please have faith and please believe in yourself. And of course, believe Dr. Anshul Dhingra for all the advice that he's going to give you.
Thank you so much. I think that's, the last piece. I think you all, the first two is absolutely important, but the third part, I think, is not only important, as he rightly said, it's for everyone. Belief and faith, I think, is need of the hour of every parent. You need to install that belief and faith in your child, because what I personally feel in my 16 years of career, if I'm able to be able to contribute a bit in my life is because I believed in somebody as a mentor. I believed in my teachers. I really have that feeling and respect for them. And I really believed and have a faith in them that whatever they're teaching me, and then whenever I had my gurus in my life, I really believed in them and really believed in what they taught me and the way I used to go and implement. I don't used to doubt them. कि यार मैं इनसे ज़्यादा smart हूँ. And I think these two words, personally speaking, have played an immense role in my life. I am a strong believer and put faith in people, put faith in systems, put faith in my clients, and start working with them. Thank you so much for all these wonderful words. And now, your message. Last message to the people of Bihar or people across India. What will be your message? A strong, positive message.
I think I partly already told them.
Yes.
Belief, but I'll add to it. I will add to it that please see how you can contribute. And this is the only contribution which will give you back.
True.
You know, in this phase of life, in this phase of the country, when you are going to contribute to the country, it's going to pay you back. When I'm saying contribute, it doesn't mean I'm talking of Shramdan. We are not fighting a freedom struggle here. I'm talking of active contribution in terms of farming, in terms of shops, in terms of manufacturing, in terms of IT, in terms of politics, in terms of teaching, in terms of anything, in terms of becoming scientists, in terms of coming up with new startup ideas, etc. And you know, my firm request, I will not say message, to all we have a large youth population in the country. The best of ideas, what you want in the future, you know it well. The best of ideas are absolutely going to come from you, and your ideas are going to drive the world. The Sundar Pichais, the Satya Nadellas, the Indira Nuis, all of these people around the world are also going to be in India, and they are in India. You all are of the same blood, the same background, the same cultural background and beliefs. Please contribute, be ready for this large thing. Do not complain later that you missed this opportunity.
True.
Last May, I would like to say, again with some example to end it, opportunity samne ganja hota hai. Ganja is, in Maharashtra you call it takla, that you don't have hair. All right. Opportunity samne mein yahan pe usko baal hota hai, piche ganja hota hai. If it comes, you have to grab it head on. Once it goes behind, don't try to grab it. It will just, it has a very oily head, you know. You will not be able to grab it. Please be prepared. I'm promising you something very large, big is going to happen in this country. You will not believe how India will be seen in the world in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And all the roads will change. Politics will change. Bureaucrats will change. I mean, can you believe Dr. Dhingra just spoke about faceless assessment, CBDT chairman spoke to him, that corruption will be minimized to such an extent that the officer who is going to see your income tax papers, you are in Jammu and he might be in Chennai, there is no way he can ask you for money.
True, very true.
I'm not saying that officers are corrupt, but what is going to happen is that system is going to drive efficiency. You have to understand that large things that happen. My request, my prayer with folded hands, please contribute to the nation by benefiting yourself in a large way and standing up to the occasion and be ready. I think that's my message to the youngsters and the country as a whole.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for such a wonderful and insightful interview. And I'm really happy, although it got a little stretched, but because it was so meaningful, I wanted to ask all those questions, and because I feel that it will strongly add value. Thank you so much, Sakarji, and we will constantly keep on bothering you whenever we need to inspire people and whenever we need more input and insight from you. So viewers, this was a great gentleman, Sakar Yadav, for you. All his initiatives, be it for the IT returns, be it is equal to, I will share all the inputs below this video. You can go as a parent, as a teacher, you go through the is equal to or different portals and different unique initiatives which he has taken. Utilize all the great inputs which we got today, And in case if you have any specific question you would like to ask Sakarji, please do write in the comment section below. We will definitely get in touch with him and ask you, and we will definitely bring him back, because today I'm really happy because after a long time I have a really an interview which was crisp, to the point, and has added a lot of value. Thank you, Sakarji. Thank you so much for sharing your valuable insight. Thank you so much. So viewers, stay tuned. Again, disruption or change will bring growth or grief. It all depends on us how we take it. Take all this meaningful information and move towards the growth, and India will bounce back and no one can stop it. I was your co-host, Dr. Anshul Dhingra, with one of the beautiful and wonderful person I met now, Sakarji, and I will stay tuned for the next episode where I will help you meet another dignitary, another wonderful person with his amazing story to inspire you and guide you. Thank you so much. Take care, and take care of your family. Be safe.